Happy Father's Day, happy Fatherless Boys Day, and welcome to Fight Fearless. My name is Niko Carrafield. I'll be your instructor today. And this video is dedicated to, well, one, it's Father's Day, but also at the same time, I grew up without a father, and there's Fatherless Day, and that's a holiday too as well. And that was actually yesterday. But today's Father's Day, so I wanted to do, and I do a post every day. I just didn't know that yesterday was Fatherless Day. So Mentor Me is a group that you can check out on Facebook, and they are a group that does, right now obviously, events online, but they also did as well. They do have a ranch, and they do events for boys that don't have fathers. So if maybe you're a mother that doesn't have a father in your boy's life, and you want some sort of mentoring, well, that's what this program is all about. So I appreciate it. My mom got involved in it because I grew up with my mom, and I have two older brothers. So it was us three boys. My dad left when I was three, and so I grew up without a father. But what I've learned from it, and I want to speak about that real quickly, because that's just, kind of who I am in terms of that. Before we get into the workout, now the workout is, before really anyone gets involved, I got 2 people on Facebook there, 0 on YouTube just yet, but let me just tell you my story real quick to the boys that are watching, because I want to post this on Mentor Me, and so you guys will see, and this is in dedication to you guys, because the truth is, and like I was like, oh, I might cry, and I was like joking, but I'm serious. There's a lot of emotion in this involved, because there's an energy in the universe right now that even, I listened to this thing on YouTube, it's called Archangel Michael, and you can look it up, just type in Archangel Michael. But I've got Archangel Michael tattooed on my arm, and this is one of my first tattoos when I was 18, and it was like my battle between light and dark, and it's always been that in my life. I remember there was this one guy that came to the house one time. He put his arm around, he's like, you're a knight of Christ, of God, and you're gonna grow up to do the same. I always remember those moments and those times, and those when people in my life gave me positive. And I was telling a girl the other just yesterday, I was like, it's really cool that you're a positive inspiration in people's life. And she does recruiting, and she's mentoring women, right, and coming up. So in all aspects, but it's really cool. So I just want to speak on that real quickly. And this tattoo, my mom wanted me to mention a Bible verse, and this is obviously Jesus Christ, and I have the devil on this arm, and Archangel Michael here, and in God's hands on my stomach. But the reality of it is that there is a spiritual battle. As much as I tried to not think there was, or tried to figure it out at one point in my life, but after reading so many different books, and realizing that books, the self-help books talk about the same thing. You have this power inside of you, and it's the same thing. We have to focus, and yoga teaches about it, and qigong teaches about it, and tai chi teaches about it, and everything has a different piece to this larger puzzle. And I really went on a search to within martial arts, because that was just something of mine. My brother was a captain of the wrestling team, and he'd come home and he'd throw me in all different positions. Banana split, that was always the worst one, and the cradle, and so I got into wrestling at 13, and then from there I got in a fight at 15. Kid thought I was flirting with his girlfriend. I actually dated her older sister, and so anyway, he was younger than me, but he still beat me up because he came at me with straight punches. So I wanted to actually talk about that today and tell you the best way to cover. So from my experience, I want to tell you my story, and then tell you why I believe that these are the most effective ways of fighting, ways of thinking, in a sense, and the mentality, as far as positive and negative. Because if you look at it in a flat logical terms, in terms of the the masculine brain, of the body, I look at it in a logical terms of physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional, energetic, right? So yoga looks at energetic, and that's the cool thing about yoga, is it introduced that into my life. And I hope I'm not jumping around, but I hope this all makes sense to you. So my story was 13 wrestling to 15, then I was like, you know, I like wrestling. Wrestling's cool and you know and all, but I wanted to get into boxing because this kid beat me up, and so I watched a YouTube video, thought I could kick from a YouTube video. Which, look at my YouTube videos, I explain it in much more detail than I even knew before, and hopefully that makes sense to you. But I talk to you guys in that sense of a 15-year-old, so you could be young, and you could be, you know, again, this is for the boys that are fatherless, and you don't have a father mentor. Maybe I can potentially just give you some hope here in saying that, like I said before, is Archangel Michael. So I was listening to Archangel Michael, and again, you can listen to that on YouTube. Type in Archangel Michael, and it's really cool because it's from the perspective of an angel, and it's like he talks in so much detail about it, so many names and so many things. You're like, this has got to be real. There's no way that someone could describe it in such detail, and it all connects. And so anyway, so he's saying that there's this mother energy. We all know Gaia, right? We've heard of Gaia, and that's Mother Earth. Well, the Mother Earth, and apparently at one point in history, this spiritual energy happened where there was a shift, and there's Father Earth and Mother Earth, is both masculine and feminine, both sides. And what's happening right now is that apparently the father energy is coming down, and we're mixing, and there's lots of different energies around. So a lot of things going on. You know, you may be feeling and experiencing a lot of different energies. So that's why we want to do these practices and focus into ourselves and just know what we want, and bring it down to a positive and negative, right? So breathe, focus, calm yourself, take note of your cells, of maybe a buzzing sensation in your fingertips or some sort of sensation in your body, and that's self-awareness, and that's the beginning. And then you start to bring your breath into it. And the breath has four categories. It has the inhale, which is the intake. So whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're breathing, you're intaking in. Sometimes when we're afraid, we lock up and we don't breathe. I don't want to breathe. I don't want to breathe that in. I don't want to breathe that someone's smell, someone's something. We have to experience everything in all its nature, whether it smells bad to it smells good. Okay, the more you're able to smell the scent of a baby's poop, the stronger a mother is, right? I already know, right? It's not a thing that like, ugh, gross, some people, right? So breathe, relax, breathe into it. So the intake, inhale, that's the first category. Then we hold and we expand on the inhale. Holding the inhale, you'll feel this kind of buzzing, floating sensation at the top of the inhale, and especially when you hold a pose, a particular pose that's hard in yoga. It's very challenging. It works on your balance, works on the strength of your bones, it works on the muscles, it works on so many. So that's why yoga is so beneficial. Okay, and we want to do practice that. So again, look at my YouTube. So fightfearless.com. Go to YouTube and look at. There's lots of workouts, and you can. And we're going to continue working on. But I just want to give you the synapses. And again, Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all of you. But I want to give you this power. And so the four types of breath. Bring this into your life, and you're going to see the change, the subtleties of your awareness, and just bring that into your attention. Okay, so positive, negative, what are you experiencing? We're gonna feel that in just a second. So you have your inhale, you want to smile, cosmic inner smile. That's another workout you can look at there. Smiling brings joy and happiness and positive energy into your being, into your body. Okay, and this is just you, this is you in your whole life, your future life, right? Be attuned to what you're feeling and experiencing, and then you can take control and be the leader in the moment opposed to the follower. And that's a lot of stuff too. There's alpha, beta, all these types of frequencies that we need to align with. And so I say in the description here in the video on Facebook, excuse me if I'm just looking at this video here, but just be attuned to knowing when you're tight, when you're and then being able to take the proper step forward. Okay, and that's it, because it's I can't give you anything for your future more than just be attuned to yourself and know that there is masculine and feminine in your body at all times. So there's times when you need to be gentle, like Christ, like a child, and be very childlike. So if you're a child right now and you're watching this, God bless you. You have so much power in you, you don't even know it, and we need to train it. So watch these videos, and you're going to get more power out of it than most adults will, because they're rigid. We get rigid and tight in our old age, and our belief structure, and our mind creates our body, and our body turns into stone at the end of it, and then we have nothing left, and we have to leave it, right? But if you keep your body young in its nature and youthful and flexible and breathing and always relaxed and never like worried about what the world is doing, but also being able to shine a light so powerful that you're able to change the world just by being, smile and don't let it bother you. Okay? You have more power than you know. Especially if you're a boy and you're a man, you have the power to create life. That same life can also be pulled up into your body and stemmed out into your eyes. And you can have multiple orgasms, and there's all kinds of... Qigong is such an amazing thing, and it was something that I didn't even finish my story. At 13, I learned wrestling. At 15, I learned boxing and kickboxing with Coach Jeremy Williams, who passed away, shot himself in the head one night, and I wanted to know what depression and anxiety was, because I felt that too. I started to learn about it in that high school at 16 and 17, and I was doing kickboxing and Muay Thai, and then one night, you know, that happened, or one day, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and my dad also too at the same time came back into my life at about 13. Came to the door one day and opened the door, and the taxi, was going away. I was like, who is this guy that's just standing there? And he asked for my mom. I said, sure, yeah. And we went to Hawaii for about 3 weeks, and that's about as much as I know of him, except that he was a drummer and I played bass at the same time. So he called me 1 or 2 times, but then one night I heard he passed away too, and it was because of pills, and he was on the beach. So I figured, you know, again, it's this, what is this whole, like, what is this death and like life, and you know, you have this curiosity of life and death, and no one's really taught it to you before, except my brothers, and they just beat me up, and I had to learn how, you know, sports and martial arts and all that stuff. So, and reading books, and there was a neighbor next door. He gave me a book, and it was called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Napoleon Hill. And then he has another one called Think and Grow Rich. If you read 2 books, read those 2 books, okay? Get through Think and Grow Rich, and it'll tell you about the Spirit, and it'll tell you about the same thing, the Holy Spirit. So if you know Jesus Christ, you have the Holy Spirit, and you really accept that, because Jesus Christ was God in embodiment, and you can be the same Christ. You can hold Christ. I am Christ Niko. Right? But I said Christ first, because Christ is first. Once you let that be and just let it go, because I'm no longer this body that I am. As much as I did to, I'm glad that I put Jesus here, because now when I shake someone's hand, I really mean it, and there's no going back. And this verse here means suffering produces perseverance. Romans 5:3. Suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. So when you are in that pose and it hurts, you're suffering, but it gives you strength, and it gives you character, and it gives you hope. So suffer in that pose when you're there, and it's, people don't want to stretch, and it's like, you know it's good for you, but you don't do it. And the reason why you don't do it is because there is 2 things in us. That there's two wolves, and you'll see that too. A wolf that is of good and a wolf that is of bad. And whichever one you feed, you're gonna get more of. Okay? So feed that wolf of light and respect and love and kindness. And look at the emotional scale. I have it on my Instagram, and my very first picture of my story is the emotional scale, and it says at the top is love. And they say in the Bible, God is love. And so I'm like, okay, no brainer. Just admit love, and you're admitting of God's creation. And God's creation, you can only have a child, and gentlemen, boys too, if you're gonna have a kid, you cannot have a girl unless you choose to in your mind. If you unconsciously do it, that's you unconsciously doing it, because you are the creator of your reality, unconsciously or consciously. But once you realize it and you take a hold of it, and every step you take and breath you take, you're putting intention into your reality and your world. Let go of the tension from me, the more it'll affect you. Because I'm not holding on to it anymore. So, just sit there with a notebook and write out your world, and then just wait for it to happen. Because God will make it happen. And if you're in connection with Jesus Christ, and you're like, God, and tell me what to do, and after about a month or 2, you start feeling like some crazy weird things are happening, and you don't tell nobody, don't talk to. Again, Jesus always said, go and don't tell nobody, because the truth is your vibration, and you're like a bottle, and it's gonna feel really weird, and it's happening to me a lot. And it's a lot in relationships. When I go out there and I'm trying to find a girl now, it's like I put all this intention into it, and then I go mess it up, you know, and you mess it up. Well, don't let it go. Retain it, retain that energy, pull it up into you, experience it, feel it, breathe into it. And it's a hard thing to do, it really is, but that's the thing about being a true man. And most men don't know that. And I had to learn that, and I'm still having to learn that. I'm having to really convince myself, because most men don't know that. And I go out into the world and have conversations, and this is the thing, where most people will convince you that it's the other way. They'll convince you out of Christ. But you walk into them with Christ, and they'll have this experience, and there'll be this weird, awkward silence and this weird feeling, and you'll fuck it up because you want to be accepted amongst them. But you were of Christ when you walked in the door until they fucked it up. And they knew they fucked it up, but they always fuck it up, and they don't know any different because they don't know Christ. So know Christ within you, vibrate from your absolute light, whether you're male or female, because doesn't matter who you are. Breathe and know, just know that God is you from your source. So here's your mantra for today. So we know our breath, which I didn't even fully explain. Excuse me as my story jumps around, but hopefully you're watching and listening. We have our breath, our inhale, which takes in our intention. Our retention, which expands and absorbs into our flesh, into our bones, into our being, into our aura. If we're most aware of it, we can push our aura out. And it's very small in its fragments because it's a lot of energy, but you have to contain your energy, otherwise it seeps out in all different areas. It seeps out of your anus, it seeps out of your dick, it seeps out of your breast, it seeps out of your eyes, it seeps out of all kinds of things and all kinds of moments. And you know it, you've experienced it, but you just can't explain it. And now I'm explaining it, but this is what I'm saying. So breathe. And every time you look at something, you're seeping out of it. So don't stare at something for too long. Like, damn, dude, you just took my attention for 20 minutes, and I just took your attention for this amount of time. But hopefully it's good for you. Hopefully it's bringing you some value. So breathe your intention, smiling, relaxing, joy, cosmic inner smile. Breathe it into your organs, affect your organs, and do all that the workouts on Fight Fearless. Your retention, which expands and absorbs the energy, placing your hands, Reiki, or cosmic healing. And then the exhale, which is a softening, and it's letting go. And now here's the powerful thing about softening, especially when you're in a position and I fully exhale, which is letting go. But at the bottom is where you find God, because the let go is where they say you're most in connection with God. So your release, your exhale, your let go, your surrender, your yin would be the bottom. The inhale would be yang, which would be masculine. Masculine, I'm taking in, or exhale, I'm letting go, I'm surrendering. Full exhale. Feel that softening. Feel the softening in your face. Feel the softening in your eyes. Feel the softening in your shoulders. Feel the softening in your heart. Feel the softening in your... And you can find a lot of healing there in whichever pose that we put ourselves in, okay? And then, so that was our 4 parts of our breath, right? And with intention. And so there was one more thing that I was talking about. And but yeah, so as far as that's our intention, right? Now in terms of boxing, let's get into a workout, okay? Can we do a quick workout, please? Can I get a thumbs up for that? So we need to build strength in our upper body. That's going to bring stamina and strength into our chest, into our lungs, into our body. Now chest workout is great, and doing push-ups are great, but if you don't do different angles, you won't have a different effect. You won't have the effect that you want. So do them at different angles. Pike push-ups are one of the best ways to do push-ups, and people used to make fun of me for it because they just couldn't handle it, whatever. And then now
just put your nose to your thumbs and push back. Because eventually what you're going to do is you're going to build strength into a whole even portion of your upper chest. Make sure you put your nose between your thumbs and you're looking down, because that's going to strengthen this front chest muscle. Okay? So push out of your palms, but grip your fingers. And eventually you'll be able to lift your feet up off the ground too. So do 10, let's do 15, let's do 20. If you can do 20, do 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe lean forward. 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe hop your feet. 9, and hop your feet. 10, hop your feet. 11. You're like, how's he doing that? You just got to do it, man. You got to try. You got to just like sit like this. I just sit like this for 20 minutes. If you're like up here, well, then you're up here. Sit for 20 minutes. Eventually, keep exhaling. Right, and so you'll get into that whatever pose, whatever position, and then start working your hands down. So if you want to do a handstand, get that upper body strength, be able to be very playful in your nature. Okay, be very playful. Stay playful, you'll stay young, gentlemen. All right, and yeah, continue to, I don't know if I got 20 in. Let me get another 5 in. So rest, do whatever you want to, but stretch. Again, just continue, follow, subscribe with me at Fatherless here. And Bob, I appreciate you letting me, do this, but I just want to, I really do this for all of you guys. And I want you to be as successful as possible, because the more you succeed, the more you'll change the world. And I know it'll come back to me, because I'm succeeding regardless, So I'll see you guys in the future. You'll see me, but so this is the whole point of it. I want you to get strong, I want you to get fit, and this is true Christ like training, okay? Yoga, Tai Chi, fitness, we gotta do boxing, we gotta do kickboxing, we gotta be confident. So whatever you gotta do to be confident, you don't have to do boxing, you don't have to do any of this, but this is just fitness. And by being fit and keeping your temple, which God says, keeping your temple fit and not fit, but what do you do? You got to keep your temple clean or something like that? I think somebody let me know. Somebody comment below. Somebody comment, please. Keeping your temple clean. But this is your body, right? So we need to keep our body fit. Like I said, keeping things simple. So what's your goal? So tonight I want you to do is write down a goal. And I'm doing this in a fatherly nature. I'm giving you homework, okay? Because homework is truly the way for success. As they do all school and stuff, if you just did the homework, if you did the homework, if you did it, right? You gotta want it. You gotta want whatever you do. Don't listen to anyone if it's not what you want. And then don't think like, oh, I gotta listen to them because of this or this or this or this or this or this or this. No, you're the man. You're the man today, okay? Ladies, excuse me, but Father's Day today, you're the effing man, okay? You make the rules, okay? You're the patriot, okay? You're the congressman, okay? You're the president. Okay, if you're the president, what decision would you make? Now I know that's a hard thing to realize, but again, we can do a lot of things, okay? And maybe one day I will be the president. Maybe one day, because right now I'm young, right? But I can follow after. I can learn what Trump's doing. I can learn what they're doing. I can learn all kinds of stuff. So all I'm saying is that whatever's got to happen, it's got to happen, right? So I'm telling you, as a man, you need to stand up, okay? Now I'm not saying act foolishly. But if you're acting from Christ and you just turn in towards Christ and you say return to center, that's what I wanted to tell you. Return to center. I'm gonna close my eyes while I say that, and I'm gonna return to my center real quick, and then I'll come out and talk to you. Okay, you do the same. Close your eyes and tell yourself to return to center.
So it was very. So my experience throughout all this is, again, returning to center, return to center, return to center. I repeat, return to center, and you return to center. You truly do, but where is your center? And that is the practice. And I could feel myself going back between you watching me and me being in myself, which if I wasn't on camera, I could do this and I could connect to a deeper level. But it's really about connecting to your center and your Christ and your power, and knowing that there is infinite potential there. Infinite. There's a space there that is infinite potential. They call it the Akashic records. There's different names. And you'll find all these different meanings and stuff. But there's this plane of existence, and all that comes from mind, and that's what yoga teaches, and that's what these esoteric teachings teach of, is that it all comes from mind, and it comes from, like the Bible, in the beginning was the Word. So my vibration, my ability to speak out to you, and that's why I was saying that it was difficult, but it's not difficult, and it shouldn't be. And the way that I speak about it is the way that it becomes. And I am creation in my speech. I am creation in my thought and my vibration. So check your vibration, check your feelings, and go back from yesterday. We talked about Qigong hitting in different emotions, and there's a lot of stuff that I know and a lot of stuff that I'm putting together, and I can confidently say that this is the way it is. And this is Tao, this is from Chinese to Indian to even African, where that's more nutritional with Dr. Sebi. But knowing that, yeah, the earth is our healer, but we have to be in connection with it. So there's a lot here, but hopefully I gave you some sense today, gave you something to think of. I know we didn't do too much of a workout, but please do follow with, subscribe with us at fightfearless.com. Check out my app. It's only $1, Fight Fearless, in the App Store. And then go to fightfearless.com, subscribe there to our email list, and we'll send you a free meal plan. This is my meal plan that I used to within every time that I fought, and I generated this. I just had this meal plan. These are the things that I ate: yogurt, blueberries, raspberries, ketones. They help with weight loss, so you have that in the mornings. Good fruit, good with the digestion, gives you some protein if it's Greek yogurt. And then you go into the afternoon, you also get a snack, a couple snacks in there, protein bars or whatnot. It's very basic, but you have the meal plan. You can stick with it. You can print it out, or you can keep it on your phone. You got it on the app. It's all there. So just keep looking at it, and hopefully that stuff should stick in your head and keep you healthy throughout life. Okay. That being said, I'll see you guys later. FightFearless.com. Thank you guys today. Happy Father's Day. Happy Fatherless Boys Day to you boys out there. And just be confident. Know that you are the man. You really are the man. Every day I went to the gym, and this guy said, "You are the man. You are the man. You are the man. You are the man." Every day, you are the man. You're the man. You're the man. And I want you to feel that, because you're the man. Seriously, you're the man. You just have to know it. Once you know it, once you know how to use it, whoo, boy, those girls will be chasing after you. Those people will be trying to pay you all this money. Whatever you want is coming to you. People will be buying you all kinds of crazy stuff, like, for no reason. I was like, I don't want that. I don't even want that TV. Why? Oh, but my TV gave it to my grandma. So take it, be receptive, and give freely too as well. Be ready to give. Give right now. Whatever you got, give it away, because God's trying to give you more, okay? Just know that too, all right? Get rid of it. Just let it go, because God's trying to give you something much better. If you would just only let it go. If you would just only let it go, you're going to have so much coming to you.